Hello everyone, welcome to my 8th video. In this video, we shall look into input-output operations in C. Okay, so let me recap some ideas like assigning variable a value. So integer I is equals to 20. Here, what I am doing, I am initializing this variable I to 20, and then character ch is equals to q, then float f is equals to 23.0156, then double d is equals to 56.2356. Okay, okay, so what I have done, I have declared as well as initialized these variables, these four variables. Okay, now these are the header files like stdio.h, math.h, string.h, stdlib.h, then float.h. So these header files has their own significance. For example, if I want to do something related to math operations, for example, I want to find out sine of some angle. Okay, in that case, or I want to find out some s square root of some value, some integer. Okay, in that case I have to add this header file math.h. Or if I want to do some operations related to string, I have to add this one. If I want to do something related to like malloc or calloc, in that case I have to add this file stdlib.h. Or something related to float number, then I have to relate to float, I have to add float.h header file into my program. Okay, so now these are some functions that we shall look into, like printf, scanf, get character, get char, put char, getas, puts, and f getas. Okay, we'll look one by one. And the one more thing that actually, okay, this just to mention, so conversion specification or format specifier, so it starts with this percentage symbol. Okay, and there are modifiers, like we have seen this L, small l, and capital L. There is one more, this is H. H is for short integer, L for long integer, and capital L for long double. Okay, if I take you back to my previous slide, like H for short integer, just okay, you see here, yeah, this one you can see percent, it starts with all of them starts with percent symbol, and then H is for short integer, HT, then HU is for unsigned short integer, so H for short. Okay, now these are called modifiers. Now reading input, this all we shall see. Now at this point of time, um, I'll see, we shall see programmatically how we can take integer input and display the integer in our console, and we shall take one float variable and we shall display the float variable into our screen. So to do that, we shall make use of one new IDE called NetBeans. So let me fire up the NetBeans IDE. Okay, okay, when it starts, you will see this screen. Okay, so now to start with, what I shall do is I shall go to file, then new project, then I shall click on this CC++, then CC++ application, then I'll click next. Then if I want to provide any name, then I'll give it as first project. You can provide any name. So this is my project location or working directory, which is fine. Which is fine. Okay, then create a main file, main, keep it tick, keep the tick, and then I'll use C89 version. If you want, you can make use of other versions like C99 or C11. Okay, for my requirement I shall use C89. Then I'll click finish, and now you can see. Okay, now I'll click here in the source file and I'll select this one. I'll double click in this main.c, and you can see this main.c has opened and it has given me a template. Okay, so I'll just, okay, I'll delete this. Okay, then these are the like file main.c, then author Anupam, created on 23rd January 2018, time is 10:53 p.m. So I'll shrink it, and this is this one. I'll delete this part also. Okay, now this is my main program. So I'll go inside. What is my plan is that I'll first take some integer value, integer number from the keyboard, and I shall then display it in the console. So to do that, I have to first initialize a, I have to not initialize, I have to declare a integer variable. So to do that, I'll write integer I. Okay, now I'll printf, and I'll ask the user to enter some number. So enter an integer. Okay, and now with the help of scanf function, I'll take the input. Okay, so to do that, what I shall do is I'll tell that it will be of integer type. Okay, and I'll save this number, whatever the user provides, I'll save this number in the variable I. So this ampersand I is nothing but the memory location of the variable I. Okay, so what happens is, now I'll write it and I'll tell you. Now printf, it will be something like you entered the number %d and it is number I. So let me just tell you what it happens is, first the it will print this message, enter an integer. Then whenever the compiler finds this scanf function, its execution stops here. Okay, scanf function, and it waits for user input. So here I'll put some number, then the number will be stored in the integer I, and then it will come here, and here the printf function will display this number I, whatever I have entered. So what I'll do is I'll now save this program. I'll then build it, and now you can see the build is successful. Now I shall run the program. Okay, now you see it is asking me to enter an integer. So I'll provide some integer like 23. Okay, and I'll press enter, and you can see here the output, you entered 23. Okay, so we are successful actually in printing the integer output, taking the integer output and then printing it back to the console. Okay, now we shall look at the float variable. So to do that, the procedure is exactly same, only the fact is that I have to first declare one float variable. So float variable, suppose I give it a name FLT, suppose. So here I will write printf enter a float, enter a float number. Okay, so here I have to use the conversion specification as %f format specifier, and here I have to use FLT. Okay, and here also I have to write %f, because now I shall display a float variable, and here I'll write the variable which is nothing but FLT. Okay, so you can see here first it will print this line, enter a float number, then it will execution stops here and it waits for the user to put some input. So I'll enter here a float number and it will be stored in the variable FLT here. Okay, then it will just display the float variable you entered %f FLT. So now I'll again save and I'll build my project, and you can see build successful. It took 112 millisecond. Okay, and okay, fine. Now I'll run this program. You can see it is prompting me to enter some float variable. So I'll write like 35.234 suppose, and press enter, and you can see that it has given me the output as you entered the same number 35.234001. It has made it 6 digits after the decimal point. Okay, you can see here. Okay, this one you entered the same number. So that is all we have looked at integer and float variable. In the next video we shall look at the character variable. Okay, okay, fine. Thank you.